So you're sitting in your room, you're overthinking, you're wondering, how the heck can I get through to this person? How can I have them stop this behavior that's so dreadful in my life? And you're probably figuring out ways to word things, or maybe you're trying to hold back because you're trying to be a better version of yourself. And you're trying not to go off anymore and make the situation worse. So, how do you set a boundary and have someone respect your needs? That's the real question. And that's what you're trying to get through to them. So, let's get it. All you have to do when it comes down to expressing your needs with anybody is being able to be vulnerable with your needs. First and foremost, it's you being able to be owning your own emotions and your feelings and being able to express them and articulate them in a way to convey the message that's not attacking them while gaining respect and also not being afraid of the outcome. Because a lot of times what stops us from even just being able to express our feelings is how are we going to look? How are we going to sound? Are we going to look like we're weak, that we're not strong now? Are we going to maybe piss them off? And maybe they're going to run off. Maybe they'll even just abandon us. Maybe it's like a lover or something. Maybe you're afraid of the abandonment. Or even worse, maybe they attack back. Maybe that's why you're trying to hold yourself back more. So here's why vulnerability is so important, because vulnerability means being able to express what you're feeling with the possibility of an emotional attack back at you. That means you're able to say the deepest things of how you actually truly feel with the possibility of them attacking you. And that's what vulnerability means. So to set a healthy boundary is letting go of the outcome. Doesn't matter what happens, whether they choose to respect you or not. And how do you set a healthy boundary? Well, you put the responsibility on them. And after that, it's up to them to figure it out. So you watch their reaction. Are they going to respect you? Are they going to be avoidant, trying to abandon the situation? Are they going to attack you back? Or is the behavior going to continue? Right? So you'll be able to know exactly what next steps you need to keep taking. Or do they end up respecting you? So you say, hey, person, that may be my roommate, that may be my lover, that I've known for so many years. I feel this way when you do this. So find out what you feel. I feel very invigorated with an immense feeling when you keep nagging me in the kitchen, when you keep what feels like to me is harassment. You wait till the last minute of the washer and dryer to go off. Like as soon as the timer goes off, you're blowing up my phone. Hey, your laundry's done. It's like it's a little wild for me. And I would prefer you to stop. Is that something we can reach an agreement on? See, so you get creative with it. I actually forgot that I was even expressing a boundary. I actually completely forgot. I just kind of got in this like flow. Except you express it, and then you create a call to action. Can you cease this behavior? Can we work through this together? Like, hey, I feel this way when you're doing this. I feel annoyed. It feels very annoying to me when you do this. And I would like to not feel annoyed. And express that part of your need too. I would like you to stop nagging me when the washer and dryer goes off. I might even have my own timer. You don't know that, but it's like, why do you even feel the need to do that? And also ask people, like, why do you feel the need to do this behavior? You know, sometimes people don't even know that they're doing it. It's a habitual behavior. It's a behavior because they don't even have awareness to it. And every time you deny someone the opportunity to like realize how they make you feel. It's not even they make you feel. It's like how what they're doing is creating an environment that you are not feeling pleasant in, right? And if you don't give them that opportunity, they'll never grow or change. Or at least with you. Like, at least with you, they won't. Because you may terminate this relationship, friendship, romantic or non-romantic, whatever it is. It may just terminate. And you will never find out if it could have gotten better if you don't express your needs. That is the only real way to be able to allow people to shift with you and give them the opportunity to grow. Otherwise, they're going to go on to someone else. Let's say you don't have this roommate anymore, right? Well, now they have a new person they're living with. And, maybe there's a parallel reality where you two could have been like best buddies, actually. Instead, they went off somewhere else and somebody else is showing them the lesson, and now they're best buddies. Except that doesn't even really matter. Everything always happens the way it's meant to, except the only thing that hurts, especially for me, is what I've realized is when I don't give people the opportunity to grow, because it feels like I'm taking that away from them. Because I wasn't able to go in and express my full vulnerability. And I used to be like that, especially when I used to be a people pleaser. When I used to not be able to express my needs and just keep doing things for people and just letting them dictate my life, especially when I did have roommates. And that laundry story is a real one. Like it was actually insane to watch someone and it's like I had my timer, it was set because I did have this habit of leaving my laundry in there for a little longer than usual. And eventually I started, setting a timer more often because I was used to kind of like living alone for a bit. And so I started getting in this habit, but then it's like, as soon as the laundry went off, it's like, next thing I know, I'm getting a text. It's like, and it's happened multiple times in a row. And it's like, my mind was literally blowing up, because I couldn't say like, this is out of hand. I'm feeling annoyed. I couldn't express those things. Eventually what ended up happening was I actually ended up having to tell this person, I feel harassed by multiple different things that you're doing. And like, I actually hurt so much, it was gut wrenching to say that to someone, because it's like using harassment is a big word, right? Like they don't even really know what they're doing. This person had no idea that their behavior is like this. And I'm sure, who I am now could have made amends a lot quicker. Except I didn't give them the opportunity to grow. This person was way older than me. They were like 20 years older. Wild, right? I mean, not really. I accepted it, and then the age didn't matter. Except it was wild to see someone keep doing this nagging behavior at that age. And it's like, maybe nobody ever gave them the opportunity. Nobody ever expressed their needs to them. And I could see why. I didn't even feel like I wanted to talk to this person. I actually tried to avoid them as much as possible. Right? And that stopped my growth, and that definitely did not give them their ability to grow. So invite people in an emotional sanctuary before even maybe you express a boundary. Hey, I would like to talk to you about how I'm feeling and some of the behaviors that you're doing. And I want to invite you into this emotional sanctuary where I want you to be open and I want you to be vulnerable. Like, you have to let people know that you want them to be vulnerable with you. That's part of the key in any relationships. You have to give them the opportunity to be vulnerable. And most of the time, people are too afraid to do it. And that's maybe why you're watching a video like this. I was too afraid to express my needs. I didn't want to seem weak. I wanted to be strong and masculine and just be able to take a hit after hit and be annoyed and not, not express anything and just suppress. While in the meantime, I'd go in my room and be like, I'm literally going wild in my mind. Right? So part of it is like, you also have to invite people into this emotional sanctuary, like this vulnerability place, and be like, I want you to express how you're feeling also. And usually there might be a little bit of like a boiling water situation where the water is boiling for like maybe 2-3 minutes of the beginning. Once that settles, And it's like, you also have to be able to recognize when the water's boiling and be like, hey, this is getting a little out of hand. Can we tone it down? I did want to just have this emotional place where we can be calm together and speak in this way. Just all I'm trying to do is find a way to live with you, make incremental adjustments together, because I do want you in my life, because I do want us to both expand. And if we reach a point where we can't like do that together, that's okay. Maybe our journey is time for it to be over. Sometimes that happens. Okay? So vulnerability is the biggest thing, not just on your end. It's also inviting other people, because sometimes they don't even feel safe. And it sometimes just takes that. If I had somebody ever come up to me back then and they were like, hey, I want you to be vulnerable and I want you to really tell me how I make you feel or what you think. Like, I want you to be honest without like getting aggravated, because I know you may have some like resentment built on. Uh-oh. Timer went off. Probably my cue to leave. But it's like, express these things. Like, I know you may have some like resentment built on. If somebody would have said this to me, especially this exact person that I'm thinking of, I would have lowered my guard, and I would have probably felt more comfortable to say the things that I wanted, and we could have probably found an adult way of compromising. So let go of the outcome. Don't worry about how it ends, whether if it ends the relationship or you guys grow. Invite people into this emotional sanctuary and vulnerability, and express your needs. Not just how you're feeling, what you would also like to be done. I also would like you to stop doing this. Is this possible? Can you change this part of you? Or can you add awareness to this part of you that it's not pleasant, so we can live together? I'm not really asking you to like change all of you. Trying to find a peace for all of us so we can all be satisfied. All right, have an alchemizing day. Much love and namaste. Bye.